if we see anybody. Hey, MB, how you doing, man? I have no idea how this is going to work. In fact, I still need to try to get my smart race connected. Yeah, right on time, like an hour later than I think I planned. I don't know, let me know if you can hear me. I have no idea. It's hard to tell when it's just me. I don't have Joe to back me up, or more importantly, Jen to back me up and tell me that she can hear us loud and clear. But yeah, I'm gonna see what we can do here. All good. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, I am going to try to get Smart Race going. Try to get it on the screen. We got Doug here too. Thanks, guys. 5 people watching. What? All right. Well, it's not the best camera angles. I was having a little trouble with my wide angle from that end, so it would be over there. But I think it'll work. If my super slow tablet will ever turn on. That's what happens when you go wicked cheap. Move this over here, hopefully, so I don't get interference. But yeah, what are you guys up to? Late night Saturday. I wasn't planning on going on this late, but you know, things happen. I feel like I'm missing something, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, I do. It's my Busch Latte. TV's going. Let's see. This dang thing just sometimes just takes forever. Just takes forever. Sometimes use my phone, which is much, much faster. I know that's what I forgot, is to plug in my phone. But that's the second camera. So that's the Sky Cam right now, which I need to plug in so it doesn't die while we're going. So you have to bear with me for just a minute here while I take care of that. I think I can get this cable to reach over there. Let's try to get this up here. I'm plugged in without making this go haywire. We've got power on that one, so it shouldn't die. Shouldn't die. And now Android is optimizing apps. I have like 2 apps on it, but it's still just optimizing. Devil Dog made it. You watching what Raul was selling? Yeah, I watched part of his live stream. It looks like he's getting a bunch cataloged and ready to put up there again. So it should be interesting. Cyberg's here. Thanks for joining, man. Look at this. I think this is my first live stream without without Joe, without Saturday morning cartoons. Instead, this is Saturday evening. We're going to turn some laps. I don't think I have the right app for what I need, though. So we're going to check. We don't. I'll try to get that real quick. Anybody do anything cool slot car related today? Since I last chatted with a lot of you this morning. Let's see, what's this thing called? Prism Live. The hairpins? Yeah, I got a couple. Luckily, none of them, or at least, well, this one here is, those are both 160s, but then it goes into a 230, 330, 415, 415. So that one's a sort of a ends in a sweeper. This one over here, I think, is 60, 60, yeah, then 30, 30. So I don't know if I have any full. That air conditioner's going to get loud. Sorry. It's hot and humid here in St. Louis, so it's just going to be that way. I don't think any of them are full, like what I would call a true hairpin, where it's, you know, like a 60s all the way through. But I do, I don't know. I dig it. Let's see what we got going. Just start them without Smart Race. So I'm just going to run some laps. Once I get this going, then I can share Smart Race onto the screen, which will be cool. And then luckily something's telling me it's going, but I think if I cast this. Yeah, it's going. Okay. Cast to my screen so I get the sound out of there. So Atlanta track, is that family track? Is that dad's house? Where what are you building down there? It looks pretty huge. I saw the pictures on the Discord. I think everybody here is on the Discord. Yeah, I recognize all you guys. Let's see. Let me cast it to this TV behind me. Cast screen. Start now. Boom. Look at that switched over. Probably shouldn't have done that because now I'm gonna do some things that I may not want you guys to see, but it's all right. Dad's house, awesome. Is he just getting into it, or are you setting up some track that that he's had for a while? Do I have the actual hairpin? I do not. I know that Joe's a big fan of it, but squeeze tracks have always bothered me on HO track, and I don't know where I raced with one, but I raced somewhere with one. I don't think I'm using the right app. But yeah, I don't have an actual, squeeze hairpin, just because I have enough crashes and incidents without it. But I know that Raul uses one, and I think that Joe liked it so much in the time he's been racing there that that he likes it. So he's adding one to his new planned layout. So it'll be interesting to see if he likes it on his track. I try to avoid 3 160 turns in a row. Now, if any of you have been on Discord and seen some of the plans I've been sharing, some of those are 3 160s in a row. So not super excited about that, but it'll do the job. That is the right app. I don't want to Sorry guys, I am as usual unprepared when I'm starting a live. I'm a little more get together when Joe's around and he's hounding me about what I'm doing. Oh, am I gonna see? Can you see that? Am I using the app? Am I using the app? Wow. Wow. Close. Okay. My goodness. Sorry, I thought this was already installed on my tablet, but it's not. Devil Dog, curious if you can take the middle section out and just put the other two together. The middle section of the hairpin. I don't know, but I don't think so because I think it's like it's a constant radius turn. It's just the outside is tighter than the inside, or is tighter than a normal 160. So I bet they wouldn't match up, but I don't know for sure. I have a feeling it would be almost like create like a kink, if that makes sense. But Joe should have one soon, so he'd be a good guy to ask about it. Raul would too. I'm sure you could send him an email, or he's on the Discord. He's not on there a lot, but if you do like at Conquest, then he'll reply usually. I say usually, probably. Where is it? Okay, we're getting real close. Real close, guys. Real close. Connect. All right. Now I gotta do point this at here. Get that. Share screen. Connect. That's not at all what I wanted. All right, we're gonna try this again. Screen. Connect. Start now. I wonder if we can. Probably can't send it to both. Nope, it can't. So now we're gonna go here. And we're gonna do it the way Joe doesn't like it. And we're going to do this. Add to scene. No, I want to crop that. I want to crop it. There. Good. Make that a little bigger. About right there. And let's do layers. Back. Okay. This one. This one on top. Boom. That looks like it might work. See if I can get back to the comments so I can see what the heck you guys are saying. My grandstand or Carrera, these are mine. Well, I didn't design them, I printed them. So they're, I think I did a video on, maybe I didn't. But you can pick what color the seats are, and so they spell out "show me," or "show -me," which is really cool when I can get a camera angle from like over there. Not so great for the angle is weird, so like you can't really tell what they are when you're racing, but looks really good in pictures. And when I tell people what it is when they're here, they can see it and kind of see what's going on. But I'm gonna point this up. You're gonna see my rafters, but you might also actually be able to see me then. So yeah, I think we've got that. Let's see. Yeah, all right. green flag. There it goes. Is that working? Yeah, it is. Oh, look at that. Bounced right off the wall and right back on the track. Track's probably pretty dirty. I haven't raced in a couple of days. I got this cool thing. Joe and I were talking about it on the show earlier today. So this is 3D printed. And it does some cool stuff. I don't know. Is that video like super jumpy? I don't know if it's jumpy for you guys or not, but it's 3D printed. It comes with a couple of other parts that I have not used yet. But I just cut a Brillo pad to fit in this slot. And what I do, you can see it's already getting pretty filthy. But what I do is take a little Simple Green. I've been told even water will just work, but Simple Green works really well. I don't know if you can see me, but just a couple quite quick squirts. You don't want too much, otherwise it gets the tires get super wet. But just a little bit. And then the way it works, you'll see on the big camera, it goes on the track, and since it's got copper tape on there, and then I just jam some old braids in the bottom, it gets electricity from the track, so I can put my car on top, and any car, well, almost any car, my safety car and a couple others don't fit, but then you just hammer down the throttle, give it a couple spins, boom. Nice and clean tires. Pretty cool. And then they should grip a little bit better now. Is that showing best lap? It's sure not. That's probably why Joe doesn't like it. Maybe I'll turn it. We'll recrop. Oh, and I'm off. Yeti Nation, what's up, man? Did you whoop Joe in some races tonight? I sure hope so. Yeah, I think somebody told him you guys should go live, but I think you guys were already wrapped up and done by this time somebody came up with that idea. So I cannot see lap time. That's most likely why. Joe doesn't like it that way. So let's see. Let's move it this way. Oops. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Let's move the whole thing here in the middle. Let's rotate it this way. Wake up for me. Now we can see everything. You can't see it, but I can. Make sure it's plugged in. I got. Just see my. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Drop it there. Drop it. Right there. Boom. And we'll just slide it down here. That works, doesn't it? If I can get my hands to put it where I want it to. There we go. Not too shabby. That'll work. Get back to comments. What are you guys doing? Yeah, you beat him. That's what I'm talking about, Yeti. It's Jason, right? I think Jason's the in real life name. Good to see you. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm just goofing, just crashing and goofing, seeing if we can get some lap times. I'm not even looking at it. There it goes. So, as you guys might have heard this morning, I'm debating about switching back to urethanes. I guess I was never on urethanes. But I think being able to true a tire will be more beneficial to me than the grip that silicones give when when they're clean, they work great. when they're not, I don't usually put this much on, but for some reason it's not cleaning super great, but it's cleaner now. It's getting the job done. Something's beeping at me. Oh, plugged everything else in, forgot to plug the computer in. I can just see my my electric meter outside is probably just going like everything possible plugged in down here. Electric company is loving me right now. Got the AC. You think probably have a TV going on upstairs with the wife's watching. Got the computer, a couple cameras, a tablet, the track, lights, all kinds of stuff going on down here. Yeah, what else we got? Daryl was looking at. Oh yeah, yeah. I saw you. You got a different name on Discord, I think. But yeah, I was sending you some suggestions. I saw you replied, but I was just about to go live and scrambling with camera, so I didn't read all the way through it. Sorry. But I hope so. I think I put a picture of what like I would do if it was my track and rearranged a few things, just to, like I said, what I would do if it was my track. That's completely my own opinion. But I thought it was. I think it's a cool concept. It's a lot of R160 turns. Obviously, like when I was first getting my starter set and the first couple of extra packs after that, it was definitely almost identical to that layout, where there were some loops and going, back and tracking over some. Oh man, I was scrolled up. I missed all these comments, but here we go. Let's see if I can catch up. I did print the tire cleaner. I think I put the link in on the Discord. If not, I'll try to remember to do that tonight. Ask me again on there and tag my name or whatever, and I'll do it. Yeah, Yeti for the win. The tire cleaner is great. I mean, it's super simple, and I probably could have, if I would have thought of it, I could have designed one easily. But this one was perfect. I actually first saw it on a Tuesday at Two Lines episode. One of his live shows. His brother got a 3D printer, and that was one of the first things he printed, and they were using it. And so I was like, oh, I can do that pretty quickly to test it out, see if it works. And I love it. I use it every single night I race now. But yeah, it's been a lifesaver. I was real close to switching off of silicones. I printed that thing, which made it super easy to clean tires as I was going throughout the night and before each like major race started. And so that helped a lot, like keep me going on silicones, because once you invest in it, I mean, I don't have a ton of cars. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 Carrera digital cars. I have a couple of others that I don't race or don't worry about silicones, but they're not super expensive individually, but altogether, it's a significant enough investment to not want to do it again. And so that one piece, that one tool, sort of bought silicones another couple months of life on my track. But I am considering Tire Truer and switching to urethanes, mostly because I think there's more options for urethanes for cars. But also I think that some of these cars that I did, if any of you guys have been watching for a while, some of these cars that I chipped, there's just, I mean, this is a Revel, however you say it, and those wheels are super narrow, and there's nothing that fits those. And then also, like, I don't race them a ton, but my Mario Kart cars, I don't think there's a tire for that, because they're the opposite. They're super fat. And so it would just be nice, because I don't, as much as everybody says, oh, it's not that big of a deal, leave some of that, regular stock tire dust on the track. You notice it. I mean, I notice it. I'm in a dirty basement, and so there's a lot of dust already on there. I don't need any help in that department. So I think not worrying about that rubber buildup and the rubber dust will just give me a little better peace of mind, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Yeti urethane. You're a urethane guy already. I like it. Clean tires and track doesn't seem like fun. It doesn't. And you still gotta clean your track, but like on this one, it's like if I should have run the tack cloth over it before I even started tonight. I didn't, and so I'm a little squirrelier than, this is my best car, and it's a little squirrelier than it should be. A lot of practice too. I've been on the road for a couple weeks, a couple months, I guess. Yeah, everybody's saying urethane, urethane, urethane. I'm just gonna send a link to this video to Joe and give him a hard time about it. Hey, So Fast, how are you, man? You need to get one. You need to get a tire cleaner. Yeah, man. I'll shoot me a question. Like tag my name or at Show Me Slot Cars on the 3D printing part of the Discord, and just say, hey, tire cleaning file, and I'll share it on there, or I'll share the link because I just downloaded it. It was free somewhere. And I'm pretty sure I talked about it on a live, and Marty talked about it on a live, but I couldn't tell you which live of either of ours that it was, so that's not much help at this point. Paul Gage, those are urethanes, yeah. Yeah, in your garage there'll always be dust, and that's a lot like me. You can see right there. It's just the rafters above me. Totally unfinished basement. The furnace air conditioner is right over there. There's always dust kicking around down here. Sometimes on my desk, I won't use the desk for a while, and right above it is the window. So down this way is my desk, and up top is my window, and that's the window that the dog loves to look out when we're gone. And so sometimes I come home and there'll just be a bunch of dog fur on it. I don't even know where it comes through. Like, must be through the vent that's right there, but and then that just goes everywhere as soon as a fan or anything kicks on down here. And yeah, so chasing that is not fun. But yeah, I've seen, you guys got a couple of different options for urethanes. I know I've seen them more common in, not so much in the shops around me. So the shops around me don't offer tires too much. They offer a couple of cars. One offers more than the other. But like, I've been to several stores up in the Milwaukee area, and up there they all have like a rack of tires, and none of them are silicones. Almost all of them are urethanes. So yeah, probably a good sign. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot. Now that I've been working on the pit garage, I have some more nuts and bolts and stuff, and that's what I was saying on the Discord earlier. I have some nuts and bolts that I have for this kit, which when I initially saw the oh crap, when I initially saw the thing that Greg Gobb posted, he's got oh, this is talking to me. He's got a tire truer that's 3D printed, and you can buy it from him. He'll print it for you and put it together, give you all the parts for like $100. But like, if you have the parts, you can print it for way less than that. And so I just didn't have all the bits and bobs and the parts. So I think that since I built up that part of my arsenal and spare parts kit, I think I'm going to give it another look, because the list of parts that would need in addition is probably much less than it was a while ago. Yeah, Greg Gobb. That's who designed that one. And he even, I think during one of the interviews around the when everybody was going wild about Electric Dreams, it was one of the national races. They were doing interviews in like their like podcast room, and he was selected. He was one of the guests on that, and he was talking about it because he was just getting ready to put it out, I think, and I don't remember exactly. But if you reach out to him, he'll print you one. I've always, and people ask me a lot to print different things for them. If I didn't design it, I won't print it for you. That's my thing, is I don't, yeah, I appreciate when other people won't do it, which is why I don't share a lot of my files on some of the websites, because you never know where it's going to go or what's going to happen to it. But yeah, so I try not to do that for other people too. I'll print it for myself if they're on there, but just not super. I don't know. I like to give everybody their due, their respect, and who designed the actual file. So I don't know. That's just me. I'm kind of weird like that. I get it. But yeah, he's offering to print them and send all the parts. I think it was like $100. But like I said, the parts alone would only cost like 40 or 50 bucks, and then the amount of filament you would need, depending on your printer, would not be very much at all. You probably get it done for less than like 60 bucks. So yeah, I'll probably try that one first, since like I said, I don't need a whole lot of extra parts. Yeah, he released the file, and so that's what I want to do. He released a list of parts too, so you can DIY. Got that weird dead spot right there. Right on that corner. It doesn't always happen though, and that's where I had to do my jump. Not jump, the power jump. Because with my lane gates, oh, you know what it is? It is, it's my controller. We're gonna have to reprogram that bad boy. Let's get one that's fully charged. And we will, where's that? Switch. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh my goodness. Got fat fingers. 3. We'll put me. We'll put, I haven't had all these guys, all my cars to it yet. Because I keep switching between my phone and this one. So let's, oh my goodness. Let's delete that. Okay, that's cool. I thought I could. There it goes. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Devil Dog's got it. Did you print it, or did you buy it fully, you know, all the parts and all that? That's good to hear. It looked really straightforward and like easy to make sure it was working correctly. And obviously if it's 3D printed parts, I have a 3D printer, so easy to replace parts. But I'm glad, I've heard good things about it. So I'm glad to hear that it's somebody I'm familiar with is a fan of it. You can back up Smart Race from one and restore to another device in home. Oh yeah, I should probably look into that. I just switched so much because this tablet that I have on, now you can't see it again. All right, we're just gonna do this. Where is new free practice? Confirm. Start. What I meant to do is hit start. Stuff. Brand. Turn this off. Turn the orthoids off. That looks a little better. Move that over just a little bit. Yeah. It's a little cleaner, huh? Get back to comments so I can see what you guys are up to. You bought it all from him and assembled it myself. Yeah, that's cool. I think it was like $100. Does that sound right? He's a super nice guy, and he is extremely active on Slot Forum, which is how I really got started. It's a great resource. It's not as much fun and conversational as our Discord, as many of you guys know, but it is an extremely good resource for all kinds of things. You know, even like layout options, or you know, like layout suggestions and photographs and scenery and cars and all kinds of crazy stuff on there. And it's been around a long time, so there's a wealth of knowledge. I think this is not going right. Let's see. I'm gonna tune this thing. Let's try that. Let's try that. Okay. Let's see if that acts any crazier. Got a fast lap, but I wrecked it. Bend it in the death corner. Let's bring it around. Oh, why does this thing always do that? Come on now. Never understand this silly camera. Cool. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. Can I refresh this thing? No, of course not. Yeah. All right. What are you guys at? Everyone time for bed. Yeti's going to bed. Have a good evening. $100. Yeah. Sweet. You got a little cheaper. Your first customer. Rad, dude. That's pretty cool. 150 for the one he put together for you, which really is still pretty reasonably priced. I don't understand this silly camera sometimes. It does this. It's like the same camera I use for work, and it does it at work sometimes too. Now it's not gonna do anything. Shouldn't have done that. Oh no. Huh. Shouldn't have done that. Let's see. There it goes. There we go. Man, yeah. Just Tweedledee over here. Can't figure any of this stuff out. Yeah, what do we got going? Yeah. Well, that's cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. I'm gonna race a little while longer. Maybe pull one of these other cars out. Everybody always asks me about my safety car, so maybe I'll put that out. There she goes. But that's what she always does. She spins out like a crazy little bee. Yeah, I need to turn her speed down. Yeah, she's gonna spin out right there. Every time. Every time. All right, we're gonna stop that. Pull this guy off. We're just gonna recode her right now. We're gonna recode her right now. Not like that. Code, code, code. She's ready to go. Nice calm speed, but fast enough to make it. Let her go. So now she goes around. She can change lanes there, right in line. Boom. Somebody's asking me about that earlier. I don't remember. It might have been you, Devil Dog, when we were chatting just a while ago. But see, I have it set so she just enough in there. Well, you probably can't see that very well, but this is just one bump, so it's like a pit lane with the single lane straight removed. So it's just enough room for her to get out of the way, for when I go plowing through, I don't hit her. We'll see. See, that's the problem though, is if I get her too slow, there she goes. And that's why I don't like that Camaro safety car. It's the only thing I don't like about it. And the big thing is that its tires are so narrow, there's no silicones or any like improved version of it. And they're like supposed to be, I guess, scale looking tires, so they have tread on them, which is like the dumbest thing in the world because you can't even see the tread. It's not really helping. It's not like it's got a clear water or anything. So it's kind of silly. Yeah, we'll send her home. But so she's just super squirrely. So I got to slow her speed down a lot so that she doesn't, do a fishtail in a corner. But then when I do that, she doesn't always come out. She doesn't come out with a pit. Let's see if she'll do it this time. Ah, she did it that time. So then she just goes around when her lights are blinking on top. I don't know how many of you guys know about pace car, safety car, but when she's just going like this, she will just go around and randomly change just like a ghost car. She acts exactly like a ghost car until you press that pace car button. And when you press the pace car button, every single lane change she comes across, she'll hit. So she'll hit that one, she'll skip that one, and then that's why I put this one right here. She changes to the inside lane and then goes to her home. So for any of you following along with my bit of a nightmare track redesign, it's very similar to this one. It's just swapping a few things around, making a little bit more space here for a pit lane. But yeah, the big issue I'm having is getting into that pit without her blocking up everything and clogging up the whole thing. So I've been going back and forth and debating, seeing what's going on. I think I might get some of the parts, or at least try it with some of these, and just see if I can get it, like simulate it to see if it'll work. And then the other thing is the last problem I ran into that sort of threw a wrench in everything was the ghost cars. And I started to realize if I want to race with ghost cars, I can just put electrical tape on the sensors and not have them change lanes. Easy fix there. Or I don't race with ghost cars all that often anymore anyway, so not super concerned about that. But yeah. Well, thanks, MB. Yeah. Smash the like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Typically don't like to. Well, I mean, I guess I've mentioned it in my videos, but I don't know. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to enjoy the hobby with you guys, and so that's what we're doing here. That's what I'll be getting back to now. I'm back off the road, so I'm home for a couple months before I got to go back out on the road. Maybe a small trip here or there in between now and then, but till probably like October-ish, I'll be around other than one vacation. So hopefully get back on a little bit more cadence with some videos. I've got some queued up that I want to talk about. One being the pit garage. So we got the pit garage. We got that whole project that's coming to a close enough end that I can get it out to some of you guys, or offer it up to some of you guys. I was gonna put it on a website and sell it that way, and I think I'm just gonna do it through email. Like if you see it on my channel and you like it, you just send me an email and I'll print one for you, and we'll figure out how to PayPal me or whatever. And then So that's a fun one. I've got some projects planned to make the other key fob. So this is the key fob I use for the garage, so that would come with it. I'm trying to get the top and the bottom button will be the like open the door, close the door buttons, and then the bottom two are going to be, I'm going to do one would be the start stop button. So when I press this anywhere, you know, it's like a 40-foot range from the signal or from the receiver. But have an Arduino that's hooked up to the CU that could be your start stop button, and then the other button could be your safety car button. So that's a goal I had, and then trying to see how many of the features I had on my HO track. If any of you guys watched that, the live stream 2 weeks ago, Saturday morning cartoons from my dad's basement when I was there. I'm gonna see how many of those features I can add to this track, because I think it would be rad, and I think that's something that like there's a lot of good scenery options for 132, but not a ton. I mean, not sorry. There's a ton of good options. They're just all very static, and so I'm hoping that I can get some cool, you know, alternative light options. So I know there's like the position tower, and I know there's the start grid lights and that sort of thing. But I want to do some caution lights. I want to do some buildings out there. Like I found this one online, and I put it a while ago. It's a Marshall Tower. It like has little stilts. I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah. It's pretty cool. But I want to build something like that that would have a light on the inside, so that when you turn on the lights to the pit garage, those lights would turn on. I want to do a control tower. I like my footbridge that I have here. I like that one, but I think I can design one that's a little bit more flexible. That one's very rigid. It's like one, you can either make it half that width or that width, and then the stairs always have to go down in those directions. So I'm a very like, I want to swap it up kind of guy. So I'm thinking about redesigning something like that. Yeah, there's just some other cool stuff. And then the big one that I'm going to work on is I want to make this table more permanent. So I want to make it less, you know, like loosey-goosey like it is right now. So right now it's just very, what am I trying to say? It is very temporary, right? It's designed to be temporary so I can change the track up, but I really have been digging this layout. So I want to try out the new, like my new design with the new pit garage, because the main, or not the pit garage, the pit lane, the main goal of that is to add a double pit lane, so then I can implement penalties again. That's a whole nother discussion, but yeah, after I test that one out, I want to have this track more permanent. And none of the track is going to get glued to the table, but the scenery is going to come up right to the edge of it, so it'll wedge it in there. Because I still want to be able to take these tables apart. But I'm going to elevate some of these back parts. So like along that back corner, I want to elevate up. So not like a bridge, so not that high, but you know, no racetrack is perfectly flat like this table is. So I just want to have some elevation changes. That'll give me some option for like some rolling hills. That'll give me some unique options for different scenery to do, and build some cool things like I did on the last track. So that's the plan, the goal for that. That's all coming up. That should be stuff that I will work on soon. I still owe you guys a video about my lane gates. I like them a lot. I was talking to Devil Dog. There's good and bad about it. It prevents crashes big time at lane changes, which is good, but it's also a bad. You know, it also not so great that it stops all the crashes, makes it much easier. But yeah, we'll see. And there was something else that Joe was just asking me about that I realized I hadn't done a video on. I don't know. It's probably one of these many things. But oh, I got 1,000 subscribers. That was pretty cool. That happened last week, and I'm giving away a garage. So I got to do that video where I'll have you all comment on a video or yeah. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that giveaway, but we'll figure it out. And then I'll ship one of my garages to the winner. And then I have a bunch of, somewhere I've got them. I gave one to MB as my first in-person my first in-person subscriber meet. That was a couple weeks ago, but yeah, it's just a little keychain, and I modeled it after a Carrera track, so it's got the slot in it. You probably can't see that, but on the back there it says "Show me slot cars." So that's pretty fun. I'll send out probably, I'll pick one big winner that'll win a garage, and then I'm thinking, I don't know, five to 10 of those keychains I'll just mail out in an envelope to some other winners. So that'll be fun. I gotta do that. A lot happened while I was on the road. So that was fun. I'm sure you can tell right off the bat. This one is Lambo. I love it, but she is noisy compared to my Porsche. Compared to the 911, which I'm just looking. I think I'm missing bits off the back of that thing. That might be what I picked up earlier. But yeah, keychain's pretty cool, right? It's just something silly, and I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll upload that file on one of the websites for free. But it's kind of, anybody who's started or done any 3D printing knows that like the next level up from that is color changes. So filament swaps mid-print, and in order to get those colors on this one, you got to be able to do that. It's not as crazy as some of the things that do it automatically for you. It's very easy to do by yourself, but and I designed that one so that it could be done that way. But yeah, it's just a little tricky. But who knows? I might give those away at a future. Well, certainly every time I meet somebody in person, my goal is to give one of those away, and then also maybe at like certain milestones of subscribers or of something going forward, I'll give some of those away. I'm thinking about setting up. I think the next one's in December. December's pretty nutty for me with work and family, so I probably won't do it. But next, I don't remember, was April or something, was the swap meet I went to. So I want to go and I want to set up a booth at the swap meet. And I want to sell some of my 3D printed stuff, hopefully there. But I'll definitely have some of those. It's not a huge swap meet, so it's nothing like if you're super far away, doesn't make sense to come to. But things like that I might do in the future. Like if I'm going anyway, I'll have some of those. I always have some in my truck anyway. Although not recommended to keep anything 3D printed in the sunshine in the truck because they will melt and warp and do all kinds of crazy things. Because I only print in PLA because it's super easy. But that's a whole nother conversation as well. That I'm sure 3D printing is not what you all joined me for tonight. But yeah, what else do you guys got going on? I don't know. I love this layout. I did not think I was going to stick with one. But this one has given me just enough, like a nice big long straight on this side. So here, and then I count this from here all the way to that far corner of the table over there as one straight. So like from here, I'll show you the car. From like right about here to about there is a straight, because that curve over there is 2 330s, and I mean, I'm sure without magnets you would lose your mind and it would go flying off, but with all the ones I've been racing, no problem whatsoever. So I count that as a super long straight, which was unexpected. But you got like 2 good technical spots and then 2 good places that you can hammer down. You can get into a bit of a rhythm with it. And I just ran out of fuel. Wasn't paying attention to that. The only pit or lane gate that I would recommend people getting, and I'll talk about this in a future video, is the one for the pit. But only if you're doing a safety car pit. Because basically the way it works is, you probably can't see that light. There's a light right here, it goes on. So it's off. So I could go into that pit, but as soon as it feels a connection on here and it knows, it has like a detection, it's really just telling that there's a car on there. as soon as it senses a car's on there, it won't let you go in there. And so there was many times where, you know, my wife, my brother, even my daughter, my nieces would love to plow into the back of that pace car. So I'd always take it off, but then people would go flying through there and it would be a mess. So that's a great pit, you know, lane gate. The rest of them are good to prevent some crashes, but like I said, it prevents most crashes, which most crashes other than, you know, like offs in the corners. It's not going to help you with that, but the silly thing is acting all nutty again. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to look at me blurry for a while. It does. I think it's when I walk off camera, maybe, and it doesn't know what to focus on. And then when I walk back on, yeah, it's like trying to focus, but it doesn't know. Look at my face, camera. Dick Slack Car Garage. How you doing, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Hope things are well with you. I don't know if you're still in school, still wrapping up school, or what you got going on there, but I hope it all went well if it's done, or is going well if it's not done yet. But yeah, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Shallowfish is here. How's it going, ma'am? I'm just goofing, racing some cars. Well, racing is an overstatement for sure, since I'm not actually racing it. I don't have half these cars even entered in my Smart Race, I realized. On my tablet Smart Race. I have it on my phone Smart Race, but my phone's up in the ceiling, and it's a camera, so. What am I doing wrong here? There it goes. It feels real sluggish. Let's just do this. Should update that. Let's go to here. Let's go to. I just click this. Yeah, there it is. Let's just unassign. How do I do that, guys? There. That's fine. That'll work. I don't really care. Oh, this one is hauling ass. Ooh. It's the beer, not the computer. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not fuzzy for you guys. Maybe it's just fuzzy on my end, but pretty sure it's the camera because it does that when I'm in the middle of work calls too. It's like a Logitech, whatever webcam. That's what I use for the live shows too. It's just nice because it plugs right into the computer. Plugs right into the computer and the software, the website I use for live shows. Just picks it up and it works really well. So, but sometimes the autofocus has a mind of its own. She's also been, that camera's been used and abused. Oh, there she goes. Finally finished school. Nice work. Still need to finish the CNC router. I was hoping you were going to tell me that you were in the process of routing a new track on that giant CNC printer, but I'm sure that's coming. You still printing printing a bunch of bodies and chassis and all that jazz. I was tempted to do a scratch build for that land barge race that Home Racing World was doing, but I looked at what cars qualify for that race, and I was like, I'm not super keen on any of those cars, so I don't think that's a good one to start with for me, because I'd like to do one that I'm really stoked on, I'm really jazzed on. So I'll see. I don't know what the next ones are, if there's next one scheduled, but I think that's fun, and I want to do it, and I've got a nice enough soldering iron that I could be dangerous with. So I don't know. We'll see. Although Marty always makes me nervous with the soldering, because he seems like a pretty competent solderer. Is that a thing, solderer? He seems a pretty competent guy with that, but then he's like super not confident in his abilities on it. So, yeah, I don't know. I also know that he's probably a harsher critic than he should be on himself, because we're all kind of like that. Finished the land barge and sent it off. Printed a Subaru. For Dave's Fast Lap Challenge, I should have looked at that one. I missed it. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the scratch build stuff, just because I've never done it. I should probably just build one for here. But also, finding 132 cars is tough, right? So a model of a 132 car is tough, and I'm not super keen on having other size cars on my track. Not that it's the end of the world, but I don't know. I'm probably just making excuses now, but I've got a million other projects I've been working on too. So we'll just blame it on all that. Clean these tires. So let's bring her around. This guy's brakes seem real strong. This is probably all dried out by now. It's still got some. It's still got some. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I was just going to say this one's glued to the track, and I mean, that's a pretty good lap there. That's a pretty good lap there. But as soon as I was thinking it in my head that this one's glued to the track and doing great, that's of course when it goes flying off. And the fact that the tires already look dirty definitely means that I did not clean the track well enough or recent enough. Yeah, definitely, there are some cars I would certainly love to scratch build, my first car or some of the cars I've driven or had that, would never be made into slot cars. Would definitely love to do that, or just weird off ones. But it's just tough, because I think it was a 125th scale or 124th, whatever the typical model size is. I don't think I would keep it on the track very much. I don't think I would use it very much. And there's just every time I go to look, there's very few in the scale that matches that I mostly race in, 132. So I don't know. I should probably find some 3D printed files and just pay somebody to resin print them for me. I have no interest in getting into resin 3D printing. I'm fine with FDM. But an FDM printed body would not, I don't think it would look good enough. Yeah, I totally understand that. Like, resin printing definitely does a lot of things much better. Well, yeah, they both have their purposes. They both have their like strengths and weaknesses, right? Um, resin printing something giant or as big as some of the things I've printed or not would never work, or it would take too long, or you would need way too big of one. Um, but then on the flip side of that, in order to get like super fine detail on a car body, you would see the layer lines no problem with any. I'm sure you could get a much smaller nozzle and let it take 5 days to print, but um, Doug's heading out. Um, Everything you print is 132. Yeah, but you print the bodies in resin, right? I think so. You've shown me some of those before, and I think they look great in resin. They look fantastic in resin. I just yeah, I don't have any desire to get into resin 3D printing. Um, I want to get another FDM printer. I want to get another one of my Bamboo Labs, but they're spendy, so that ain't happening anytime soon. Especially since I want to expand my track and I want to get more cars, and like hobby budget does not stretch anywhere near as far as I want it to. Night, Doug. Thanks for hanging out, man. I really, really appreciate it. This is fun. I always think about it after, like Saturday evening when things are winding down after one of our Saturday morning shows. But I'm always like, we just went live this morning. I should just chill. But you know what? I was just feeling it tonight. I was just feeling it. And now that I've got a few kinks worked out, it'll be a little bit easier. Anybody counting how many times I've run out of gas tonight because I'm not paying attention to Smart Race at all? And I can't hear it. I got my headphones in. I don't know why I have my headphones in. I'm just so used to doing the live with Joe that I need to be able to hear him and not have an echo that I put my headphones in. But yeah, there is no need to do it. It's kind of funny, and now I feel like you can't hear me, even though I know you still can, because my headphones changed nothing. But yeah, that's kind of funny. Resin is good. Got people and bodies. Yeah. Yeah, drivers. Oh, and like people for my grandstand, I would love to be able to print just a million people for that. Or marshals or flag guys and all that. That would be, even people for the pit garage. That would be awesome. But I know that my FDM printer, I've printed some small scale figures, and they just look they don't look human. They're just not very good. They look like robots, if they even print at all. But we've been putting Lego guys on here. There's some Star Wars fighter pilots. Yeah, I don't know, Imperial fighter pilot. He's sitting in the stands, and then much to the chagrin of my daughter, I took some of her like little friends. I think they're friends Legos. I took some of hers. I think my wife actually did. I'll say that. I'll blame it on her. There's one little tiny girl. Oh, but one of my favorites. I never show this off, and I always forget about it. But one of my favorite 3D prints that I found and did were these porta potties. And the door opens, and then my daughter and wife, for my birthday, I think, or Christmas, I think my birthday, got me the Carrera characters that sit down. So there's a little dude in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I like to leave that door open. He's got his camera around his neck, so he can take pictures from the porta potty while he's looking at the looking at the track. Oh, Joe, we were just talking smack about you. Not really, I'm just kidding. I was joking that I have my headphones in because I'm so used to putting them in when we go live, but I have no need because I don't need to hear anything. But yeah, those porta potties are some of my favorites. Like I did a video on the billboards, but these billboards are some of my favorites. Like they're just so cool and super simple. You just print them in 2 parts and then glue them together, so you can do 2 different colors. So those are really cool. I found this guy. I glued it together like garbage, so excuse that. But see, it keeps doing this blurry thing. Well, anyway, it's like a food truck trailer. That's kind of fun. And then I showed earlier the grandstands. So that's the grandstands I printed, and I did the colors of the seats so that it spells out "Show Me." It's pretty fun. Those are fun 3D print. The garage is right down here. I don't know if I'll be able to get that angle, but I found this flagman stand. That's stupid camera. Come on. Come on. Focus, baby, focus. It's when I go off the camera. Well, that's a bummer. Maybe I'll put them up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this at all or not, but it's like a flagman's post. Those stairs have been crashed into and wrecked off multiple times. That's a good one. I showed you guys that Marshall Tower building thing earlier. On my last setup, I had I don't know what I did with those, but these little ramps that like I can put display cars on, and so I found these like pop-up tents, printers. Man, this camera is driving me nuts today. There, you can see it that close in. Those are super cool and easy. Travis, what's up, man? Must be morning time for you. It's beer 30 for me. Take my eyes out of the shot. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. It just, see, it's like stuck on focus right here. It's just she's a worn out webcam. And when I change the camera at 2 p.m. What time is it here? Oh, later than I thought here. Yeah, that's just real aggravating. Hold on a second. Let me see. No, that didn't help at all. Yeah, it like fixed itself last time. It's not fixing itself this time. It's just stuck on that. Whatever. But yeah, I've just been hanging out, running laps. But yeah, what else? I think I've shown off every other 3D printed thing. The garage is a tough one to get a good angle of, especially if my camera's acting silly. There, now it's fixed. Yeah. These were some of the first garages I printed. I found these online. That's kind of what inspired my garage. A similar concept. It's just mine is quite a bit bigger, and then these are fixed doors, and those ones will go up and down. But yeah. Yeah, I've been working on new plans for the layout. Very similar design. Just smushing a little bit of this part, if you can see on the big shot, that way, so I can get a little bit more space here and do a double pit lane and potentially send the safety car lap behind it. We'll see. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we're gonna try it. I was talking to Raul earlier on his live stream. He's getting rid of some parts and says he has like 600 feet of track that he's selling. So I'm gonna send him a wish list and see what we can work out there to see if I can get it rolling. So that'd be cool if that works out. Just don't always like shipping to or from Canada from the U.S. because that always, even if I can get a sweet deal on something, it usually sucks up that sweet deal by shipping it across the border. But yeah, I don't know. That's about all I had going on. Sorry for those who joined just recently. I guess I've been going like an hour and 15. I might do a few more laps. I'm gonna put back my RSR and see if I can get that one back to beating the time that I set with the Corvette just now. I was not expecting that. This one needs to be adjusted. Let's pull her. No, I can't pull her back now. Rear tune. I don't know why it's doing that. Can you help me with that? I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see what we can do. That's not going to beat the record. Do a quick tire clean. A little more moisture on there. There she goes. All right. Does not like that corner. I'm gonna blame it on the car, not on me. Yeah, this track is in desperate need of a clean. But like I always say, what supports am I using for elevation? I have no elevation. I have no elevation changes. It is all flat as a pancake. I'm looking to add it. When I do the new layout, I'm gonna elevate it's almost the exact same thing, right? It's just a little more space here. But these turns, this one will be up, but it's not like no overpass or anything. Just, a couple inches up, just to get a little bit of space for some interest. So that'll create an uphill on this tight section. So like this would be the peak right here. And then on that straight would be a nice long straight down to the bottom on that far corner. And then it would sort of flatten out here. And then obviously pit lane would all be flat. This would be raised up. And I'm hopefully going to build that into the foam and then carve that out and then, plaster and ground foam and all that jazz. When I switched to this track, I swore I wasn't going to do that. But being around that HO track so much the last couple of months has really made me want to scenic up this one. So we'll get there. We'll get there. It's not going to be overnight, but that's part of the fun. Yeah, no, this is just not my car tonight. Not my car tonight. Well, guys, I'm probably gonna bid you adieu. I think that's all I got left in me tonight. Beer's almost empty. Yeah, and I'm crashing cars now, so that's usually a good sign to call it. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming on. We've got 6 left. I think I saw it pop up to like 13, which is pretty cool. Like, was not expecting on like just a random late night Saturday. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming on. We'll see what I can do. Let me see if I can switch to here. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I don't know how often I'll do this. Probably just going to be random times in the future. But thanks a lot for everyone joining us. We'll talk soon. Thanks.